right, man, let's talk about Cade Cunningham's All-NBA bid. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit on notification, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. So, or in potential MVP bid. Let's talk about that real quick. Interesting in my opinion. You know, a lot of times when you talking about the MVP, you know, one of the things they point to is the scoring. I remember they talked about Jokic not being an MVP. It was an issue because he was the first MVP not to average this amount of points, and you know, the NBA wonder why they got I should have went that way. The NBA wonder why they have issues with marketing. You know, and I understand the fans want to see scoring. Like, it's the best overall basketball player. You know, but you know, this year I think Jokic is averaging just under 30 points. I think just under 13 rebounds, 10 assists. Shea Gillensley is averaging, I think, just under 33 points. A little bit over 5 rebounds and like just over 6 assists. Cade is almost at 26 points a game, over 6 rebounds a game, and almost I think 9.5 assists a game. You know what I'm saying? So you know, they are always in that scoring mark. You know, when it came to Steve Nash, I think Jokic was the lowest, you know, scoring MVP probably since Steve Nash. If I had to bet. If I had to bet on it, it probably was since Steve Nash. But I mean, he right up there. I mean, you talking about Shea and Jokic, obviously, they're on a different level. I mean, I don't think you can deny that. They're on a different level, and I think Cade is, you know, right in that next tier, though, you know, so, but I don't think he quite MVP, but what they doing in Detroit, I mean, he trending that way. Now, all NBA, if they just going off strictly 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s, you know, just position-wise, then, you know, it's a conversation that, you know, we got to have. But obviously, I think Donovan Mitchell is going to be, you know, take one of the guard spots. Jalen Brunson probably gonna take another one. If they just doing guards in general, the 6 best guards, then it'd be interesting. But you know, I think Cade is in contention for 3rd team, but I'm pretty sure his numbers his impact and his numbers look. Oh my God, these people driving. His impact and his numbers probably look better than a lot of people's. And is better than a lot of people's. So, yeah, it don't really surprise me. So, yeah, I think he should definitely be in contention for 3rd team NBA. Because then you got Jaylen Brown is probably considered a 2, Brunson, Mitchell, Lillard. Probably I take Cade over Lillard at this point. You know, Anthony Edwards is considered a 2. So yeah, you know, I know Ja Morant. You know, he missed a bunch of games and. So yeah, I think he should be right there for all NBA bid. You know, so I think he definitely all NBA. You know, I think he definitely all NBA, and I think he deserves that honor. At least 3rd team, and you know, I think he'd be right there. I think he'd be right there. So. Yeah, I think he'd be right there, man. So, yeah, I think he'd be right there, man. So, but yeah, I think he in that contention. Probably not quite MVP. Then next year, you know, whatever they do in the off season, you know, whatever pieces they add, another level they go to. You know, God willing, these guys stay healthy. Get you know, these guys back, get Ivy back, get some more guys, and then they should go to another level. So. Part of being MVP is kind of being on that top tier level where your games are on TV and all that type of stuff. And the Pistons will get more national televised TV. I mean, I remember I was listening to Jeff Teague podcast, the 520 podcast, and they made a great point. I think one of the great first-round matchups for the Pistons in the NBA, especially to showcase, both markets, that small markets can be great, is the rivalry that's brewing between the Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons. That's ideal. Now, from a Mystique standpoint of view, you would love to see the Pistons and the Knicks at MSG. I know a lot of y'all gonna go to MSG. That's not a long plane ride. If y'all getting on planes, driving is probably hell. I never drove to New York, but I'm pretty sure. I've flown a few times, but I'm pretty sure that fucking drive, would you have to go through Pennsylvania and the mountains, and then just driving through the city of New York is nasty work. So, no thank you. Hey, he just said, I'm gonna get out there. I ain't mad at you, dog. I ain't playing these games with these folks, though. Dog say, I'm gonna just try to get out there. So, yeah, yeah, from the Mystique standpoint of view, I definitely agree with it. Yeah, I definitely agree with it from a Mystique standpoint of view. But for the league and for the Piston brand and for small markets everywhere, Pistons and Pacers is where it's at. That's the first round matchup the Pistons should want. That's the first round matchup the league should want. But anything, you got to understand the Pistons and the Knicks got history as well. Yes, they do. The Pistons and the Knicks got history. They sure do. I think they eliminated the Pistons back in the day with Bernard King and Isaiah Thomas had a hellified shootout back in the day. So, yeah. So yeah, they had a shootout. So they have some history there with the Pistons and the Knicks, man. So, but Cade, to be honest, quite not MVP. Because you got to be on national television to be MVP. So quite not MVP yet, but that's okay. We should get more notoriety next year. And if we don't get more notoriety next year, then it's a true conspiracy versus the city of Detroit. So if we don't get more notoriety next year, then that's a real issue. So, but yeah, I'm happy, man. Pistons. The Lions jumped it off. The Tigers, took it to another level. The Wings was doing their thing too. They fired their coach, but they was trending in the right direction. So it looked real bleak. It looked real dark. It looked like Detroit sports wasn't gonna be nothing. All we had was Michigan football, and Michigan State has always held it down basketball wise. Shout out to Izzo. Michigan basketball had been holding it down since Juwan went psycho. Before he since he went psycho. So yeah, it's been a hell of a fire ride. So yeah, man, I look forward to it, man. So check out Detroit Piston Talk playlist. Thumbs the video, share the video. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Other than that, man, and just hit the link tree. Follow me everywhere. Peace.